Hey guys, what's up? Back with another video. This time, thought I'd do something a little bit different than what I usually do. Well, going back to a little old thing of mine, it's called a review. I'm gonna do my Impact review. This is the Hard to Kill 2021. I got through watching it last night just for fun, and I thought, why not do a review on it? Because if might as well get some content out of it, right? Because seeing that I did a review of it. I mean, I watched all of it, and I thought it was pretty cool pay-per-view. So let's get this underway. This is from January 2021. This is during the pandemic, so there was no fans in attendance. This was the first pay-per-view that had fake crowd reactions. So let's get underway. Let's get this underway, shall we? Good cover right there with Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers and Moose and Sabin and Swann. The first match of the night, we had Decay of Rosemary and Crazy Steve taking on Dashwood and Khaleed with a K. I think, hoping I'm pronouncing that right. This was an alright match. I thought it was weird that it was the opener of the pay-per-view. It felt like a mid-card match. Nothing against it. It was just I just thought it was a bit of a weird way to kick off the show. But it was, apart from that, it was alright. I like the aspect of the influences supposedly of Caleb and Tennille against the evil Decay, supposedly. Crazy Steve and Rosemary get the win here with the Green Mist, doing Green Mist on both people. So that was pretty cool opener. Next match we had that was fine. It was a fine opener. It was what it was. Once I got over the fact that it was an empty arena show, I knew it was an empty arena show, but then when I started watching the pay-per-view, it kind of became, floods of flashbacks started to figure out, like, oh shit, the pandemic, you know what I mean? So it took a while to get into this match. It was what it was. It was fine. Violent by Design. The next match was Violent by Design taking on Tommy Dreamer, Rhino, and Cousin Jake in a old school rules, anything goes hardcore match, basically. This was another good match. This was fine. Everyone got their offense in, and there was a lot of unique. There was a lot of hardcore spots. Like it was a Tommy Dreamer match, so you expected the usual Tommy Dreamer spots where Tommy Dreamer would get crotched on the guardrail. That always happens in every Tommy Dreamer hardcore match. So, Tommy Dreamer became a bit of a joke for me around 2018. I think it was when they had that redemption match where it was him, Moose, and Eddie Edwards against OVE. And I kind of made a joke from that point on, saying like, oh, if you need a 6-man tag and you don't want to lose, just call Tommy Dreamer to have him be the one that takes the pin. But I was kind of surprised here that Tommy didn't take the pin. I was expecting Violent by Design to pin Dreamer here, but they didn't. They pinned Cousin Jake. Cousin Jake wanted revenge on Dina for turning his back on him. And that's what ended up costing Cousin Jake in the end, and Eric Young gets the win. So a very good hardcore match. Nothing much to say. It was a very good hardcore match. I really liked it. Next match, he crowns the returning knockout tag team titles. We had Fire and Flavor, the team of Tennille Dashwood and Kiera Hogan. The team of Tasha Steele and Kiera Hogan. Sorry for my getting that name wrong. Tasha Steele and Kiera Hogan took on the team of Havoc and Nevaeh. There was an obvious, going into this match, I thought, okay, Havoc and Nevaeh had this one in the bag. They got the size advantage. I know that doesn't usually matter in matches, but I thought they were gonna, Havoc was gonna crush them easily. With dominance, and she kind of, she was overpowering them a lot, and all that stuff. There was the commentating was what really put me off the ending of this match, because it was going along just just fine. It was an alright match. And at the end, towards the end of the match, Matt Striker and D'Lo Brown were on commentary. And towards the end of the match, when you're getting towards their finishing sequences, Matt Striker just starts talking about Madison Rayne's retirement. Like, I know she retired on this show, but he started talking about how she was like, top 5 in the world, best wrestlers of all time. And in the middle of him thanking Madison Rayne for her attributes to the knockout division, Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steele got the win. And it kind of took away from, like, because the commentators are a big part of the match too. So when they actually, when they're talking about something else, and the finish happens, and he's like, oh, okay, oh yeah, the finish just happened. It took me out of the moment a little bit. So anyway, Madison, the Fire and Flavor, easy for me to say. They won the tag team titles here, and it was an alright match, apart from that little problem at the end with Matt Striker talking about Madison's retirement. So yeah, that was pretty fun, and then they got handed the tag team titles by Gail Kim and Madison Rayne afterwards. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Next match was a match that was a bonus match. Ace Austin wanted to be added to the X Division Championship match after he won the Super X Cup the week before at Genesis. So he wanted to be added into the X Division title match. So he hijacked the show. Scott D'Amore came out and announced that, you're not going to be in the X Division title match, but you're going to have a match right now against the debuting Matt Cardona. This match was more of a angle a little bit. Like, I don't think it was the best debut. Like, Matt Cardona and Ace Austin went in there for about 4 minutes, and then Madman Fulton came in for the DQ, and then Cardona ran them both off. I'm not really good with my memory on the impacts after, in between the pay-per-views, so I don't know if this was ever settled, but I don't remember it being settled. Maybe it was, but, I don't remember it being settled, so, yeah. It was kind of a weird debut for Matt Cardona, him coming out and fighting Ace Austin and winning by DQ. I know he cleared the heels afterwards and he got the better of the heels at the end of the thingy, but I would have liked to see more from this feud, but I don't remember exactly seeing it. I don't remember, because I remember the next pay-per-view, Rebellion, he's fighting Brian Myers. So I think he moved on to that one. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering something, but I can't remember Matt Cardona and Ace Austin having a feud after this. So kind of a weird thingy. Anyway, back to the thingy. We got the X Division Championship match here. We have next one was Manic defending the X Division title against Rohit Raju and Chris Bay. Awesome X Division match right here. I really liked it. Probably, it's probably up there as one of my top 3 matches of the night, with the main event and the Barbed Wire Massacre match later. I really enjoyed this match. At points, it was one of those matches where any of the 3 men could have won at any time. It was really good. Chris Bay impressed. Rohit Raju was that slimy, cocky, arrogant guy who could, slime his way into another victory, like he did at Bound for Glory 2020, which is another show I might have to review one day. And Manic, basically, Rohit Raju was trying to unmask Manic to reveal him to be TJP, because TJP couldn't challenge for Rohit Raju's X Division Championship. So, a bit of a weird part at the end where he did unmask him, and I was expecting this huge reveal, like, oh my gosh, it is TJP, but the commentators just went like, oh, it looks like TJP, but we're not sure. And I'm like, okay, that was a bit weird, and the match just continued, and apart from that, it was a good match. It was really great, really good match, and really fun match, and Manic retained the X Division title. And then next match we have Deonna Purrazzo taking on Taya Valkyrie for the Knockout Championship. Another good match. I really enjoyed this one. Once the interference and the distractions got taken out of play, like Decay, Crazy Steve, and Rosemary, and Susan, and what's her fucking name, Kimberly, got taken out. They got sent to the back by the ref. When that was done, when it was just one-on-one, it was a fine match. It was a good match. Gianna Prazo is really good at exploiting body parts, and she really went after Tyre's leg and arm, and the submission was very, made my arm hurt, because she did like a double arm bar, thingy. She'd done it before, and it was a very realistic tap out where she couldn't actually tap out, she actually verbally tap out. And that was a really good submission and really good matchup. Really enjoyed this matchup between Gianna Prazo and Ty Valkyrie. Good stuff. Next match we had, if you want to call it a match, we had the Karate Man versus Ethan Page. It was what it was. I can't explain it. It was Ethan Page against his alter ego, Karate Man. I think it was his alter ego anyway. And they had a fight in front of a green screen, which would show like various locations. And it ends with Karate Man ripping out Ethan Page's heart and winning the match. So take that what you will. I am going to move on. I will say though, it's a good memory. This is a good memory because that match of Karate Man defeating Ethan Page was my victory in the prediction battle against one of my members of my family. So I was kind of happy about that. It's a funny memory. So anyway, that's it for that one. Next match we have the Barbed Wire Massacre Match. We have Eddie Edwards taking on Sami Callihan. This was great. I really enjoyed this violence, and it was a different version of the Barbed Wire Massacre Match. It wasn't the ropes weren't all barbed wire. It was all like you had like weapons, and one part of the ring was set with like a steel cage, like the cage, and it had barbed wire on, and there was barbed wire boards and all that stuff. It wasn't the traditional Monsters Ball, the Barbed Wire Massacre matches like Sabu and Abyss had back in the day. This was a different variation of it, probably because of time constraints and all that stuff. Well, it was what it was. It was really good. Eddie Edwards and Sami Callihan. I was glad that this came to an end at this pay-per-view, because I didn't feel like their 2018 feud didn't really have a finale, an end point. It just kind of ended with Eddie Edwards going after Tommy Dreamer in the woods, after he tried to kill Sammy in the woods. So I'm glad that they were able to pick it up where they left off here and kind of put a benchmark in their feud for now. It's one of those feuds that you can go back in the future, especially now that the roles are reversed. Now in current day Impact, with Eddie Edwards being heel with Honor No More and Sammy being the babyface again. Really good match. It was probably one of my top three. I can't really figure out which one. Seeing I love the violence, I'd probably make my number one match probably of the thingy. And then of course we had the main event. We had Kenny Omega teaming up with the Good Brothers, the Impact Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers, and the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega taking on Moose, Chris Sabin, and the Impact World Champion Rich Swann. This was good, a good six-man tag team match. A bit slow in parts, when they were getting the heat on, I think it was Sabin, can't be sure. I think it was Chris Sabin, and Rich Swann at multiple points. But when it came down to all six of them in the ring and they were just getting at each other, it really picked up from there. It was the right result, with Kenny pinning Rich Swann to set up their title, to see it, because knowing where it was going, it was the right call of to get where we needed to go, with Rebellion going in April. It was what it was. So it was a great, perfect end to a good pay-per-view. My score of this pay-per-view, I'm going to give this I'm going to be generous because I thought this was really good. I think Impact knocked out the park for, even though they didn't add no fans, I think Impact for the most part knocked out the park. So I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. scale-wise. I thought this pay-per-view rocked. Yeah, I look forward to the next one, which will be Rebellion, which I'll watch in a couple of days' time. Might do a review of it, I might not. We'll see. Look out for it if you do. Look out for it if I do. And that's it for now. There you go, guys. That's it for now. Like the video, subscribe, comment, and tell me. And that's it for now. See you guys.